John Edwards for Griffins TV alongside head basketball coach Kevin Walsh. And Coach, thanks for stopping by. I know it's a busy time for you, but first let's get started by talking about the strength and numbers in the program because this year another strong group of kids came out, freshmen through your senior class.
Yeah, we're really excited about our freshman group. We've got well over 30 freshmen in the program, which is really good. There's talented kids that are in the class of 2026 on our varsity team, our JV team, and both of our freshman teams are off to strong starts. So we're really excited about the future of the program.
Last week, your team, Vianney Invitational, Jerry Beckman Memorial Tournament, things might not have gone the way you had hoped, but there were some strong efforts, especially against the Gateway Christian Legacy Academy.
Yeah, it was a good week. You know, you get in a tournament like that, you play three different teams with three different styles. So that first week's always good to kind of learn a lot about your team, and we learned a lot of positives, and there were some areas that we want to grow in, and all of that was exposed throughout the week. So the challenge now is we jumped into another tournament this week, so we haven't had a lot of practice to clean up a lot of those things that we see that are sort of starting to manifest themselves. But we'll have some time here next week to start really kind of fine tuning and cleaning up some of those rough edges.
Kel Battle, the lone senior on your team. How much of a leader has Kel become for some of the underclassmen?
Yeah, Kel's been great. He, I would say a year ago he was probably a reluctant leader, and why people get into coaching and get into education is to watch young men transform and grow into what they're destined to be. And Kel has really embraced the role of being a leader for this team. He takes it very seriously. It's important to him to lead this group, and it's a very young group. There's three freshmen, two sophomores on an 11-man roster. So there's some challenges there when it comes to understanding what goes into varsity basketball, the emotional maturity that is needed, and Kel's been really great helping to mentor and shepherd those guys.
With the youth that you have within the program and trying to get them on board, how difficult has it been trying to get some of those guys up to speed early?
Yeah, I just think it's, anytime new guys are coming into a program, it can be challenging. And when you're a young player and you're fast tracked and let's say you're moved up to the varsity, you're up there because you're talented, right? You have a strong skill set, you're a very talented player. And then the challenge for us as coaches is trying to figure out how we meld those talents together and sort of put the pieces of the puzzle together. And that takes time. And we're working through that and trying to figure that out now.
You have two freshmen, Eddie Smyche and Simon Guy, and talk about how they've gone through the first couple of weeks of playing games here at Vianney.
Well, I would think if you just look at it from afar, you'd say, wow, they're having a lot of success. They're doing a lot of things well. But I would also say I think they both are aware that there's growth opportunities for them. It is not easy to play varsity basketball at the level with the schedule that we play. And so they've had some great moments that show they definitely belong and can play at the highest level here for us. And other times that there's some things that they know they got to clean up. And as coaches, we're helping them learn them, and we don't expect them to correct it and be perfect in week one or week two, but we want to see that progress and that continued growth.
Next week, you'll take on Jackson, a team that you've seen in the past. You know their style of play. The team you have and knowing the style that they play, how do you feel you match up going up against Jackson next week?
Well, Jackson will be a little different this year. Their head coach, Darren Scott, longtime head coach, retired after last season. So they have a new head coach, familiar with some of their personnel. They have a really outstanding post player, big, strong post inside for them, who will be a challenge for us for sure, as well as some athletic guards. They handed it to us pretty good down at their place last year. But I haven't yet jumped into watching film of them. I know there'll be a challenge. I know their kids have been well coached, and they're going to be ready to play us, that's for sure.
It's been a busy month because you play the Jerry Beckman Memorial Tournament. You jump into Lutheran St. Charles the week after next, which is final week for us next week, and then we play over at Chaminade in the Marinus tournament. Then you get the coaches versus cancer. You really play a better majority, almost half your season in 1 month. Is there a benefit to getting that much playing time in this early?
I don't know, probably ask me on January 1st and I'll let you know. The Marinus Classic is such a neat opportunity. There's some schools coming, some other Marinus schools coming from around the country to St. Louis to play, and then some local schools. There'll be 3 Marinus schools from St. Louis, Chaminade, ourselves, and St. Mary's. And then Maplewood Richmond Heights is jumping in as well, and then a couple of out-of-town schools from San Antonio and from Florida that are Marinus schools. And sometimes you get opportunities like that. It might not fit our schedule the best, but to be able to compete with other Marinus schools from around the country, we thought it was too neat of an experience for our guys to pass up. So it is a busy schedule. It's gonna give us an opportunity maybe in the second semester to really drill down on what we really want to be good at. Right now we've played 2 days in a row. We're gonna get to practice for the first time since Monday today, and we play again tomorrow. So really we're just going to be using today to try to get ready for tomorrow. We can't correct a lot of the things that we know we need to correct. So that'll be a process. We've got to keep teaching these guys.
What's the one thing you're looking forward to the most as the season progresses?
Probably I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is watching our group grow and mature and figure out how to play not just with each other, but play for each other, to become kind of one unit, with one heartbeat. And, that takes time, and that takes trust, and that takes relationship building on the court and off. And I think this could be a very, very special group, but that's going to be a key component. I'm looking forward to see how as coaches we can help manifest that, and as the players, how they create that for themselves.
Coach, I always appreciate a few minutes of your time, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the season, especially as things get going, especially within the MCC conference in January.
Yeah, I mean, our league's always a challenge, and we're going to face our schedule doesn't hide from anybody, so we'll have some great challenges. We're looking forward to seeing how these guys compete. And if you haven't seen John's new digs here, we need to do like a Yo MTV Cribs version here. We are in a state-of-the-art facility here. It's really nice, John. They really set you up nicely.
They did, and it's much appreciated. The students have really enjoyed coming in over the last couple of weeks and using the space. So it's something to look forward to, especially coming in. And I get to chat with you in here.
Yeah, it's my first time. I'm very impressed.
I'm surprised you got out of the 500 hallway.
Every once in a while they let me out.
Coach, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, John.
Head coach Kevin Walsh, and we wish him the best of luck this week and next week against Jackson.